The White Lotus Season 3, Episode 3, The No Phone Policy. As we get ourselves prepared to see The White Lotus Season 3, Episode 3 on HBO next week, how messy will things become? Well, here is one word to describe it. Very. After all, this story, titled The Meaning of Dreams, is going to accelerate a lot of stuff that we've seen so far, and in particular, a number of threads that were first established back in the premiere. Below, you can check out the full The White Lotus Season 3 Episode 3 synopsis with more insight on what is to come. When Saxon also starts getting calls from the office, Timothy decides the family should adhere to the resort's no phones policy. After tagging along with Rick into town, Chelsea finds herself in another perilous situation. Meanwhile, Jacqueline tries to convince Laurie to have a vacation fling with Valentine, and Gaytok worries about getting reprimanded by his bosses. The story with Timothy is going to be potentially the most fascinating just because of how the whole season started. What leads to a shootout at the resort? Clearly, Timothy wants his family to bury their heads in the sand, and the longer that lasts, the more problematic it could become. Meanwhile, Rick could also be throwing himself into danger given precisely what he is up to at this point. As for the whole Valentine storyline, let's just be honest. This is probably something that a lot of us saw coming, and in a way, it was really hard not to. Consider his first appearance on the show, and also what's been going on with this friend group and their odd dynamics ever since. What are you the most excited to see moving into the White Lotus Season 3 Episode 3 when it airs? Be sure to share right now in the attached comments.